What's up, guys? It's Frankie, and we're down at the water here. I want to tell you guys, those are my my bees down over there. I don't know if I'm pointing in the right spot, somewhere in here. The 3 offers you got to nail in your agency to have a 7-figure agency, and there's 3 types of offers. And when you understand this goes in the direction of how human psychology works, you put them all together. Magic happens for you. It becomes pretty effortless to get people to sign up and be interested in you. It becomes pretty effortless to sign clients. It becomes pretty effortless to sign people to long-term, pay you a lot of money for a long time kind of deals. By the way, the water is fucking cold today. So let's get into those 3 offers. Woo! This water, by the way, you wouldn't know it today. This never happens in Mexico, but it's very, very shallow, and today it's been cold, so the water is fucking ice cold, and it's windy as fuck, as I'm sure you guys can hear. Makes me want to scream like Arnold.
Get off your come on, do it now! The governor.
3 offers. First is what I call a coffee date. Coffee date's like your hand raiser or your lead magnet, where somebody says, okay, I'm interested in hearing more about what you guys do and how you can help me. Second offer, I call your first date, and that's like, hey, let's work together in a small little way. Let's go out, have a date together, get some dinner, see if we like each other. And the third one is the marriage offer, which is, all right, we like each other. Let's work together for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever that is for you. Now, most agencies think really hard about the third one, the marriage offer. But trying to get strangers to marry you is really, really hard. In fact, it's a lot easier if you think very strategically about having a good coffee date where peeps can raise their hand and say, okay, I'm interested in finding out more for you. Usually that's like either joining your email list or joining a Facebook group or some way where they can find out more information about you guys and what you do. Maybe it might be direct mail or to actually have a meeting together. The second one, by the way, the first date, I think too many people try and go straight to marriage. And the danger with going straight to marriage, by the way, is not just that it's hard to sell, which it is, but the danger with going straight to marriage is that you sometimes end up with really shitty clients that you can't easily fire. So it's part of having a first date is for your benefit. And by the way, first dates are way easier to sell than marriages. You say, hey, let's just try a little test offer together and see how it goes. So yeah, that's that. The whatchamacallit. So if you want to like come up with a strategic system that leads into your marriage offer, you want to think about, okay, here's the marriage I want to finish at. What kind of first date would automatically seamlessly lead that into that? And I'll tell you, I saw an awesome example of this. There's a guy in a Facebook group, and somebody said, hey, can anybody here design creatives for my agency? We make a lot of images for Facebook ads. It's a pain in the ass. And the guy said, I do videos. It's $50 for a video with a thumbnail, and I can do it in just about any niche. I saw a bunch of people buy it, but of course, if they like the one video, what are they going to buy? More videos, right? So it leads pretty seamlessly into the next thing. So that's called using the Schwartz.
You have the ring, and I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how you handle it. Classic movie. So anyway, you want to think about setting up a first date that automatically leads into marriage. That is like a smaller, condensed version that can be usually realized within a week or even days better, where they can get some kind of benefit from your service. But the first date is a whole lot easier to sell and leads into the big thing. And of course, you want to do the same thing with your coffee date, your little hand raiser. So I'll give you an example of this in actual practice. So we had an offer we ran for lawyers for a few years about getting more referrals, which we found was the number one thing they were trying to do because referrals work for them. And they did nothing to make referrals happen. So our coffee date was, we had a little checklist, a one-page checklist to download that shows you the 26 ways other lawyers are getting referrals, and it was broken down into things you can do before, during, and after you have clients. And then, after that point, we had a first date offer, which was an event we would host where we would invite all your strategic referral partners. So in their cases, for personal injury lawyers, we would bring out the chiropractors, and we would bring out the like physiotherapists and the auto body shops, all the people who have other injured people, and we'd send them to a little date at the bar. They'd all network, and some referrals would happen out of that. So that was the first date, first event. Second date, the marriage was pretty simple. Was, would you like us to do something like this for you every month and multiply your referrals? And by the time they had already experienced the coffee date and the first date, they knew whether they wanted to marry us or not. So there's very little that has to be said to sell marriage. You don't have to have like all kinds of prove it and case studies like most people do, because they already got a referral. Like we had one lawyer, I remember, he got $50,000 worth of business in his first date. Well, we don't really have to work too hard to sell a marriage when he just made 50 grand from our first date, right? So you want to think about designing those three offers. You do that, and what'll happen is $1 million agency is inevitable out of the deal. So that's enough listening to me ramble. I'm gonna go hang with the kiddos. We're naked on the beach. The minivan, the coolest mobile ever. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, and may the force be with you. And if you haven't already, also buy my book, because it's good.